All right, let's take a look at Gambit.
Here, I can tell you a little bit about his backstory real quick.
Yeah.
Raised in the seedy underworld of New Orleans as part of the Thieves Guild.
Nolans?
Remy LeBeau left a life of crime behind to join the X-Men. Now he uses his mutant power to charge items with explosive energy while fighting evil as the hero, Gambit.
Cool. Love it. Okay, let's go to the top down. We're pretty zoomed out today, but it's going to work out. Let's start with the alter ego, where actually I think a lot of the times you can determine if a hero is going to be good or not.
See him real quick?
Yeah.
That looks significantly different than I expected him to look.
Yeah, it's cool. They pull out this art from the comics, right? Because the art in this game is excellent.
Yeah, I think so.
It's really well done.
So.
3 recovery, mutant, and a thief. Thief extraordinaire is the ability. So this sounds good already. It's a thwarting action. Exhaust, look at the top 2 cards of the encounter deck. Discard 1. Remove threat from a scheme equal to the number of boost icons on that card. That is a baller alter ego ability.
So he can remove threat and alter ego?
Yes.
Wow. That is baller.
That is really good, man.
Yeah.
And he also gets to control the encounter deck a little bit, so you can get rid of your Shadows of the Past and stuff.
Interesting.
All right, then the Gambit hero, 1 thwart, 2 attack, 3 defense. I did not expect 3 defense on this hero.
So that's like, is that Spider-Man stat line?
Why does he have 3 defense, you think?
I mean...
That's equivalent to Hulk. Or more.
Well, Hulk makes up for it with health points, right? Like, he's not really... Hulk's not good at defending. He gets hit by stuff.
That's
he just
true.
Doesn't care.
That's true. So charge Descard is his first action here. Place 1 charge counter here. All right, limit once per round. And then throw Descard.
One of those Texas-sized D6s.
And when you play an attack event, remove up to 3 charge counters from here. That event deals +1 damage for each counter removed.
Okay, hold on.
So we get a free charge counter. Place.
Rules question. If he flips alter ego, where do these go?
I think they're gone.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Someone will tell us on the chat.
So he wants to play attack events. Hopefully his signature pod.
No, they wouldn't go away. You keep all your counters.
That's what I was thinking.
Right, because like if you're stunned and you roll down, you're still stunned.
And
that's a counter in terms of the game. So you can charge
out. Well, let's not try to make these rules clean and easy.
They stick around.
So, 2 things. His ability in the hero side triggers off of attack events. So my brain is immediately saying either his signature pool needs a lot of attack events or he's going to be playing aggression pretty consistently.
Right.
But at the same time, he's got 3 defense and has a good threat mechanic in alter ego. So the defense to me can play protection. The alter ego can play justice. Like it pairs if he's playing that kind of those cards and strategies. So he seems like he can kind of do it all.
I wonder if they're starting to do the old salt, acid, fat, heat situation here, where they're designing characters with all 4 aspect possibilities in mind to make it not so overt. I feel like they've done a better and better job of like kind of giving things that every aspect might want. Okay, so this is fascinating. So if the event
do stay, by the way.
If the event is dealing +1 damage for each counter, then there's probably certain attack events that like double damage dealt, or that if it's dealing an extra damage that actually compounds in some kind of way. Because it's not just deal a damage whenever you play an attack event, it's the attack event itself deals +1. So things like if this event dealt 2 more damage than the hit points, it's gonna trigger those abilities rather than being like a Jarnbjorn trigger. Yeah. So that's very relevant. Let's see what we get in the main pool. I'm gonna start with. Let's look at the attack events.
This is his signature deck.
This is a signature deck. So I'm gonna go backwards from what is standard.
Okay.
So we're gonna start with him playing basketball with a flaming basketball.
What's it called?
Molecular Acceleration. Hero Interrupt. When you spend this card, place a charge counter on Gambit. Okay, so it's a double resource that gives him a charge.
Okay.
Very tight.
And look, he's a baller.
And it's a fist lightning, which is pretty solid. That could solve some problems on some of those spend 1 of each resource discards.
Yeah, that's really powerful.
That's really good.
Shinobi, by the way, is saying that Gambit is like a more fun Doctor Strange.
Oh, cool. We love that. Creole Charmer. 2-cost event, alter ego action, remove 3 threat from a scheme. If this removes the last threat from that scheme, confuse the villain. And that's an alter ego. So with his ability as well, he can just not be a hero.
He's I do like them designing heroes that actually are worth going down to alter ego.
And maybe staying there for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I kind of want to build to that. We got natural agility. Hero interrupt. When you defend against an attack, place a charge counter on Gambit. For each charge counter on Gambit, you get +1 defense. So if your charge gets you to 3, you're getting +3 defense. Natural agility.
And then a charge to use later. Two of those bad boys.
Those are good, man. Then we have the first of our attack events, the Royal Flush.
Come on now.
You know this is going to be good. 3-cost event, attack superpower. Place 1 charge counter on Gambit. Deal 0 damage to an enemy. Deal 0 damage to an enemy. Deal 0 damage to an enemy. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so you use 3 charges and then it's 3/3 actually.
3/3.
Because every time. And it's like that old card that did 2 instances of damage, the aggression card.
Yes. I know what you're talking about.
That would boost both effects.
That's what we got to be playing with this, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of right in front of our face. Charged card. Attack. Superpower. Deal 4 to an enemy for this attack. If Gambit's throw to card ability removed at least 1 counter, it's ranged. 2 counters, it gains piercing as well. 3 counters, it also gains overkill.
Okay.
And of course, it also get 4, 5, 6, 7 damage as we go.
Crazy.
Super. And there's 3 of those. So this is your base level, like, charged card attack. Makes a ton of sense. This art takes me back, man. This art just takes me back. I just kind of am loving it. And we've been away from it for a while. But like that scene in Gambit's Guild armor, yeah, that's what it's all about. You read it for us?
It's unique. 1-cost upgrade. Armor item. Hero response after Gambit defends against an attack and takes no damage. Exhaust Gambit's Guild armor. Ready Gambit.
Yeah, that's good.
So that's a very good protection.
That's a great.
With 3 defense, right?
And it pairs with the thing that you're already standing up whenever you take no damage.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got a good defensive suite too, doesn't he? Let's look at Gambit's staff.
There we go.
1-cost upgrade. It is unique. When an enemy attacks, exhaust it to deal the damage to that enemy.
Okay, so it's kind of like Retaliate, but 1 time.
You know, it's interesting. It just says when an enemy attacks, not attacks you.
Just smacks them.
So when an enemy attacks, if the enemy attacks you, can I
think so.
Yeah, right? Huh.
Yeah.
This could be really devastating. One of those defense builds that takes the attack and then does all the damage back when it defends. Thieves Guild. Ooh, it looks good. It's a guild, 1-cost support. After you resolve, and that's an alter ego. After you resolve your Thief Extraordinaire ability, exhaust Thieves Guild, remove a threat from a scheme. If it removes the last threat from that scheme, draw a card.
So you use your alter ego, if it clears, you get a card.
I kind of want to play that version of Gambit.
Which one?
The remove threat and alter ego and like make that your game plan.
I'm into it.
And then finally, Rogue, Anna Marie here. 2 thwart, 2 attack, 4-cost ally for 3 health, Aerial, and X-Men. Reduce the cost by 1 for each charge counter on your identity. Oh, and it's got toughness. This is so good.
1-cost, 3 health, tough, 2/2 for 1.
Yeah, that's like, that may be better than Hulk. Just kidding, of course.
Yeah. Just keep that. I'm pretty sure that horse died like a year
Just
and a
kidding,
half ago.
everybody. Hey, man, I love this.
Yeah, people said you would.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, they're right. Turns out knowing my life for the past 15 years is helpful.
Nate Smith saying, "What up, TC?"
What up, Nate?
Off-topic question. I'm in Tulsa once a month. My wife and I are cocktail enthusiasts. Recommendations on favorite places for legendary cocktails. That is, of course, until your store opens up.
There is no place for legendary cocktails. In fact, I've never had a cocktail I would call legendary.
What about Hodges?
Hodges is great, but is not legendary.
I have had a legendary cocktail.
Yeah, what was it?
It
was in New York, wasn't it?
It was in New York at the bar. It's a speakeasy called Patent Pending.
That's right.
I asked the waitress, "What's the best drink you have?" And she's like, "Well, what do you like?" I was like, "I typically get an old fashioned, but don't let that limit me." And then she brought me back the greatest.
She said, "Oh, the most basic cocktail on earth. This guy must be awesome."
No, it's like aged for 12 months in a barrel, and it had notes of vanilla and oak and cherry, and it was like an old fashioned, but it was just like
perfect.
It was literally the perfect evening, the perfect drink.
Yeah.
But my let's just talk favorite places in Tulsa for drinks.
Okay.
So I think the highest quality and consistency I get is from Valkyrie. Usually busy and loud, and
it's a little uppity.
it's also expensive. The other place I really like is Hodges Bend, which is like has coffee in the morning, drinks in the evening, open all day. and they do a really consistent, high quality job.
Yeah. And it's less. I like everything about Hodge's Bend the most. If I'm looking to if I'm gonna go out with a friend to catch up and grab like 2 drinks, I'm gonna go to Hodge's every time, unless it's after like 9 p.m. and then they crank the music like every other dumb bar on the planet, and then I can't hear anything.
You go for 3 in the afternoon,
Yeah, it'd be perfect.
Official meetings that you have to have somewhere nice.
Of course. And then Hodges, the bartenders do matter. So what they do, which is genius. I don't know why people don't do this more. You ever been to a bar and then they clearly have all the ingredients to make something, and then they're like, oh, we don't know how to make that. Which is the craziest answer on the planet, because you have Google, right? You can look up how to make a drink. So what Hodges does is anytime somebody orders a drink, they have their little database of recipes. And if your drink isn't in there, they're like, we're going to look this up and figure out how to make it for you. They'll make it. And then if you're like, yeah, that's it, they add it to their list. And then in the future, if anybody orders that, it's there.
Smart. You know what? Here's what I'm going to do.
It's so I'm
going to make up a cocktail. I'm going to write a blog about that cocktail.
You're going to give your backstory.
I'm going to go in and ask them for the drink. They're going to look it up and find the blog, of course.
Oh, right. All right. Yeah.
And then I'm going to tell them it was great. They're going to add it to the menu. And from now on, I can order the drink.
That's it.
Yeah. I'm going to actually try that.
Easy. Or you could do like a really bad version and then say it's great horrible. And then just ruin everybody else moving forward. So thoughts on Gambit, Zach?
He seems really good.
Anything notable? I think obviously this is a way to utilize the cards that have multiple instances of do a damage or something on it. So he's going to do well there. Any other things that catch your eye on Gambit?
I like that. I feel like we both like Gambit for different reasons. Like I see the attack action ability and the charge in the attacks, and I want to play aggression. You see it, and like that's fine.
Defense and justice both look interesting.
But you're also looking at those other elements, so I think that's really cool. Yeah, and he seems very much like himself. Like you're asking why he has so much defense, and he is very agile.
True,
especially compared to all the X-Men.
So only 9 hit points too.
It feels a lot like him.
Yeah, it's great. And I like that it makes me want to go look at the card pool and see where to build this character. So that's really tight. All right, how about Rogue?
You want to slide that over?
Yeah. Oh wait, should we look at the cards included in the pack as well?
You want to scan through and find your favorites?
So it's a Justice deck, Zach. Oh well, that tells us everything. Oh, look at that. There's the team up. That's new. That's relevant. We've got some basics that we can cover. And then
I like that Beauty and the Thief.
And then we've got our obligation, which is like that. It's awesome, right? Yeah. It's so awesome. So first of all, that art is great on that card. Absolutely love it. It's almost like Into the Spider-Verse style, isn't it?
It's like that, like flare. But
it's also, this whole vibe is great and it's cool. It's like it's cool. I love it in the mythos.
Wad Tomaton saying the only thing I don't find him good for is leadership, which is great.
Yeah, good. We need less leaders.
Yeah.
Bishop, 3 cost, 2 thwart, 0 attack, 2 consequential. Obviously, there's going to be something there. 3 health, X-Men. After an enemy attacks you, place an energy counter here. And then interrupt. When Bishop attacks, remove each energy counter. For each counter discarded this way, plus 2 attack. Maximum of 6. 3 attacks he sees on the board. He probably thwarts once and then does, well, now he probably does 2 big attacks. Right?
Well, yeah, that's true.
It's probably 3 for 12.
He just hangs out, gets to plus 6. Also, can you just make sure I understand? After an enemy attacks you, what's that mean?
That just means you. It doesn't have to attack Bishop.
Gotcha. So
attacks the player.
Or the hero.
Yes. So it declares an attack against the player.
He gets a counter.
Well, I don't know.
Because like if he attacks me, but then you block for me, do I get the counter?
I don't think so. Because it's after the attack. And after an enemy attack.
If he attacks my hero and I block with a different ally, does he get a counter?
Yes. Yep.
Are we certain?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
If your decision there is wrong, we will have another riot.
It's not wrong. I'm certain that that's how it works. Utmost confidence. Let's look at the Dazzler. Allison Blair, 4 cost ally, 2 thwart, 2 attack, 3 cost, or 3 health, excuse me.
Better do something good.
After Dazzler enters play, confuse an enemy.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty good. It's a good, just general value ally. I'd play that in a Justice deck that had enough money to support it.
Yeah, it's very good.
Then we've got Operative Skill. It's got Gambit on it, so it looks relevant. 3 uses, cost you 2, and it's 1 per player. When you thwart, remove an operative counter. That thwart removes 1 additional threat.
2 for 3, unless there's something else going on with this card. That used to be below the card.
It helps, it at least helps you get to the, if this was the last threat removed, do X. Because it's adding it to the actual thwart. It's not an additional instance.
Got you.
So that's probably why it's there. We got a 3-cost Stealth Strike event attack. Oh, this is relevant because it's got an action, attack, injustice. Deal 4 damage to an enemy. If that enemy is defeated by this attack, remove 2 threat from a scheme. Obviously, Gambit can pump that to 7. 3 for 7 and 2 threat is a really good deal.
Yeah. Jason's saying good luck. Thanks. Wad's saying when something says attacks you, it's you, the player.
Yeah, you, the player. Breaking and entering. 2-cost event. Play only if your identity has the spy or thief trait. Action. Remove 3 threat from a scheme. 2 for 3. Is that good? It's not, is it?
It's on the line.
It's right on the initial line from the very beginning of the game.
Yeah.
2 for 3. It's just really fascinating why they would... Really, though? What am I missing here?
I mean, this just happens.
Is there not a basic version of 2 for 3 thwart removal?
Here's what you're missing. Can be used in alter ego.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm a genius.
It doesn't say hero action.
Thank you, Lucas. You're the one on that one.
That's it. Yeah, of course. Yeah, you sometimes
2
you
for
see those
3 an
cards,
alter
you know,
ego and a hero that can stay in alter ego and remove more threat, and then also has the ability to draw cards if he removes the threat in alter ego. Like,
for a 2-player game, it's really notably good that you can have one person that we can split the attacks and thwarts and then clean up whatever the thwart ended up being and then still go into hero mode and do something.
I also like the idea of if you have 2 heroes that are okay in alter ego in this way, you can kind of choose who gets to be an alter ego based on the need. So if you need to remove threat, obviously you go down, you can remove threat, you can heal, you can do your thing and avoid being attacked. But then if there's some other hero with some, I don't know what Rogue does, but they can basically play the opposite side of that. It's like, well, I can hang out in hero while we need that, and then...
Anyone in alter ego that can do damage?
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. Yeah. Passion for Justice. Max 2 per deck. When you spend it to play a thwart event, it removes an additional threat.
Okay.
It's not bad. So a money and a... Well... Yeah, because it's action compression too, because you don't have to play the card.
It's just like a free one. Yeah.
Reasonable. And then finally, let's do some of the basics here. 3-cost hit and run, attack, and thwart action. Hero action. Deal 2 damage to an enemy. Remove 2 threat from a scheme.
Okay. 3 for 5 value?
5-ish value. Yeah, it's fine. We've also got Mutant Education. Play if you're a mutant only. 0-cost alter ego action. Choose up to 2 identity specifics in your discard pile. Shuffle them into your deck. If X mentions them, play, draw a card.
Oh.
Well, that's... So yeah, we're getting, we're building a suite.
There's a filtering aspect happening there.
Finally, Beauty and the Thief. These will team up. Gambit and Rogue. Max 1 per deck. Attack thwart. Hero action. Deal 4 to an enemy. Remove 4 from a scheme. Unbelievable.
2 for 8 is good math. Well, it's actually 2 for 10 damage value because 4 is threat.
Yeah. So do we get to both play that card?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Hello.
Sure do.
Wow, that is awesome. Okay. Lovely stuff, man. I can't wait to play Gambit. Let's move on to Rogue.
What's this? This is a pile of other stuff it had?
Yeah, I think this is all stuff that I've seen before.
Gotcha.
Professor X, X-Mansion, Energy, Genius, Strength.
Getting another X-Mansion and Professor X.
And then we got Stop. Oh, wait, we've got other things hidden back here. But it's after the Stop thing, but I stopped.
Well, Stop.
Oh, it's not the pre-built.
Yeah.
Okay. So what else do we have? Here's 2 more cards. Let's take a look at these guys. X-Men Instruction event. Playing if your identity has the mutant trait, alter ego action. Choose 2 X-Men allies in your discard. Shuffle them into your deck. If X mentions them, play, draw a card. The leadership version. I like that there are cards that make investing in assets like X-Mansion more worthwhile. Yeah. Because at some point we started learning like those old... What was the 4-cost thing at Avengers Mansion? Mansion, yeah. It's on the line once you get to a certain like quality of hero level. But then giving reasons to play these kind of weirder little assets is cool. That is nice. And then a 1-cost War Room, Aggression, maximum per player. After an ally attacks and defeats a minion, exhaust War Room, remove a threat from a scheme. That's great. Card. I'm glad it's not a leadership card. Very glad it's not a leadership card. But it's cool. Like, we need to find ways, and there's probably already ways because we've been out of the meta of Marvel Achievements for a while. But having ways where you can have ally-heavy strategies in all the different factions, you can have event-heavy strategies in all the different aspects.
And they feel somewhat different, right?
Yeah, it's super cool.
Obsidian saying, I'm super confused by the stream start time today. Stream start time for this year has been 12 p.m. Central on Wednesdays. No starting student screen, so we usually go live pretty quick.
We started immediately.
All right, so that was Gambit.
It's the newest form of
You're
Soon.
Excited about Gambit.
I'm actually, I can't wait to play Gambit.
All right, let's see what Rogue got for us. So I liked what you did with the Gambit opening. You want to go? I don't know. Do you go back to the top of that?
Yeah.
So opening the Rogue pack, you got your classic piece of comic art here. Also, for a little context, we read this about Gambit. I liked it. Cursed with an uncontrollable ability that causes her to absorb the powers and memories of anyone she touches, Anna Marie ran away from home as a teenager. Professor X offered her a place at his high school where she could learn to control her power. Now she fights for justice as a member of the X-Men.
Very cool. Was the extent of learning to control the power just wearing gloves?
Yeah.
Thanks, Professor X. Yeah, he put a visor on Cyclops, has put gloves on Rogue.
I mean, he's a genius.
Well, this one's done.
He's a genius.
Looks good, Adam. Looks good. Looks good.
Yeah, Obsidian, we were having
we were a little late. We're a
classic
couple
technical
minutes late.
issues. Okay, let's take a look. We get Rogue, and let's look at the Anna Maria side first. 3 recovery, 11 health. A little sturdier than Gambit. 6 hand size. Setup, set your touch to upgrade a side. We'll talk about that in a second. Withdrawn, force response. After you change to this form, set touch aside. So I assume, we'll see what the Rogue side says. 222, got the Captain America stat line. X-Men, skin contact action, attach touch to another character. You gain each of the attached character's traits until the end of the round. Force response after the player phase begins, find touch and set it aside. So you can take an action to attach this to a character, gain their traits. When your turn starts, basically it comes back to you and you can keep choosing different targets for it.
Fascinating.
Touched is an upgrade.
Touched.
It's very cool art. You see this?
Yeah, I'm gonna look at it.
If touched is attached to a minion, Rogue gains overkill. If it's attached to the villain, retaliate 1. If it's attached to an ally, Rogue gains the aerial trait. And if it's attached to a hero, she gains stalwart.
This is fascinating. This was got to be one of the more interesting design challenges of this game.
Yeah, how do you make this work?
Yeah, cool.
So I'll follow suit.
Michael.
We'll go back to front. First is the event Superpower Adaptation, 0-cost event. Hero action. If touch is attached to a friendly character, search its owner's discard pile for an event that belongs to the same classification as that character. Identity specific, aspect, or basic. Add that event to your hand.
Weird.
So if it's attached to a hero, I can play this as a hero action and get a card out of your discard pile.
For you.
For me.
Or for me.
I mean, yes, but I have to be the one to play it. It goes into my hand.
But it goes into your hand. Wow. Okay, well, that's weird.
It's getting weird.
Yeah, that's really weird.
Sea Falcon asking if the bright spot is working. So if you're watching this live, but we just don't have pops, right?
Yeah, we're not going to have pops live, but we'll cut these out and put them in
Post.
after the fact. So you're watching the raw data.
Bulletproof Bell. Hero interrupt, 1-cost defense action. When an enemy with touch attached to it attacks, prevent all damage from that attack and gain a tough status card.
Okay. Man, the art on this is so good.
So if touch is attached to a villain, she has to retaliate 1, and you have 2 copies of a card that just cancels the damage, they would take the retaliate, and you get a tough status token.
Wow.
Yeah, I do love the art on that.
Wow, that is good.
Did you notice in the superpower adaptation, she's got like blue metallic skin? I think like Colossus.
It looks like Colossus.
Yeah. And then what's she doing here?
Bulletproof. She's freezing bullets. Whose ability is that, you think?
I don't know, but the flavor text says, "Sugar, all you're doing is making me mad." Who knows?
Wait, is she a New Orleans person too?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, that's why her and Gambit get along.
Oh, okay.
Energy transfer, 2-cost event, superpower, hero action. Attach touch to a character other than Rogue and deal 2 damage to that character. Heal 2 damage from Rogue and ready her. You gain each of the attached character's traits until the end of the round.
I wonder how
So
that's
deal
going to
2,
matter.
heal 2, ready, and then now it's attached to something else. That's just great.
Yeah, it's just good value, isn't it? 2 damage, 2 heal, ready. Wow.
And it's also, you can use her ability to attach, so you can attach it to something, gain the traits, attach it to something else, gain the traits.
Mm-hmm.
And this time you do it with this, you gain 2 life, do 2 damage. Yeah.
So having those traits, how is that going to matter? Is it?
We're about to find out.
Not yet.
I love this one. Next,
Mississippi for Rogue. I didn't think it was quite New Orleans. But she's
Louisiana.
southern, yeah.
So she's got Southern Cross,
Oh, there you go.
3 cost event. Hero action attack deals 6 damage to an enemy. If Rogue has aerial, this attack does an additional 2 damage. She has retaliate, stun that enemy. She has stalwart, draw a card.
Dude, I'm so glad you're wanting to play this. It's like a Lord of the Rings TCG.
You're doing calculus over here while your friend's doing addition. Next, we have Going Rogue. 2 cost event. Hero action thwart. Remove 3 threat from a scheme. If Rogue has aerial, remove 2 more threat. Retaliate, confuse an enemy. Stalwart, draw a card. So it's basically the same.
Yeah, that's where your trades could come in, right?
Yeah.
Aerial and stuff. She has aerial already, right?
Only if it's attached to an ally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We also get Rogue's Jacket. While touch is attached to a friendly character, she gets +1 thwart. While it's attached to an enemy character, she gets +1 attack.
Cool.
Dig that.
Yeah, I love that.
Then, of course, we get the Gambit Ally. Remy LeBeau, 3 cost ally, 2 attack, 2 thwart. Comes into play with 3 charge counters. When he attacks, remove a counter, deal 1 damage to an enemy.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah, standard. All right, so that's her kit, as it were.
Reasonable.
And she was built as a protection deck.
Really?
Surprising. Looking through here for things I haven't seen. We get a wannabe Silver Surfer and Iceman. 3 cost ally with 3 health, 1 thwart, 2 attack. Iceman is played with 3 freeze counters. Nice to meet you. Response: after a minion enters play, remove a freeze counter from Iceman, stun that minion. So he gets 3 stun minions when they come into play effect. And he can attack for 6.
That's real good.
That is significant value.
Yeah. I would say that's great. Some of those minions stunning them is insane.
Assuming there are minions.
Yes.
Right. But 3 for 6 is not bad.
It's not
really
bad.
3 for 4 with the block is not bad.
Yeah. But
Even
it's
without.
standard rate, as people say.
Next, we have a little bit of Karma. 4 cost ally, 1 health, 0 thwart, 0 attack.
Wow, horrible. Why would you play this?
Psionic trait, X-Men. Response: after you play Karma from your hand, choose a non-elite minion. While Karma is in play, take control of that minion and treat it as controlled ally with a blank text box. Its thwart is equal to its printed scheme, and it takes 2 consequential damage after it thwarts or attacks. Because it has an attack stat.
There are some encounters where this would be insane.
Remember that big old... Oh, well, it's non-elite, so it's not that insane.
There's some really annoying non-elite minions.
There's that really big 9 health thing, or 12 health that we had to deal with last time. I think he's elite.
Ronan?
Maybe. We also get the ally armor. 2 cost ally, 1 thwart, 1 attack, 2 life. Play only if your identity has the X-Men trait and tough.
Okay. Sam, I saw a question there from Chris about what are traits. It's anything that's in this bold italics is a trait.
We get a new version of Unflappable, an old card, but with a different piece of art.
New art. Okay.
We got the old
Just
Cyclops outfit.
Cyclops kind of, I don't know, extinguishing a laser fire.
I think his beam stops his smoking.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We also get Judoka skill. 2 cost protection upgrade. Use 3 judo counters. Max 1 per player. Interrupt when you defend against an enemy attack. Remove a judo counter from here. That enemy gets -2 for that attack. So 2 for -6.
Kind of, yeah, that's pretty good.
If you have the protection stuff, that's like if you don't take damage, that kind of business. Preemptive strike. We've seen that before.
Yeah, I've seen that one. It's a good one.
Put that over here. I like that when they reprint, they're putting the new art on it.
They may as well start shipping these packs with a brick of D6s, man. You got like 20 things tracking counters on the board now.
Yeah. Not today. 1 cost event, defense, hero interrupt. When your hero defends against an attack, it gets +2 defense. If you take no damage from this attack, remove 2 threat from the scheme.
Okay.
Yeah. We also get defensive energy. When you spend this card to play a defense event, draw a card. So
okay.
Resource
free
replacement. Yeah, if you're playing all the defensive stuff. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Don't
It's
want
fine.
that to happen. Okay.
So Rogue is weird.
Well, I don't know that I would actually play her with protection explicitly.
It's just weird though. Rogue is like kind of beautifully weird. I feel like it's a puzzle you could play a lot.
yeah.
Also dependent on the encounter deck pretty significantly.
Yeah. We also get a couple neutral things. Moira.
Moira.
McTaggart, 2-cost support. Play only if you have the mutant trait as on your identity. Response after a mutant alter ego changes into hero form, exhaust Moira. That hero's controller draws a card.
Okay.
So if you have a hero that's going back and forth a lot, this is pretty good.
Wait.
Every time you flip to hero mode, you're. So who was it? Was it Miles that was flipping a lot? He doesn't have the mutant trait though.
There's some weird ones that have cards that flip them up. This card is insane, actually.
What up, Pete? Yeah, it's particularly if you have ways to proactively do the dance.
Yeah, there's some heroes that's gonna totally unlock.
This is cool art. The X Gene, Rogue touching Cyclops and getting his laser beams. Yeah. Play only if your identity has a mutant trait, max 1 per player. Exhaust X Gene to generate a wild resource for identity-specific events.
Okay. For an
A 1-for-1.
Like this one. Play only if your identity has mutant. Is an identity specific.
I think
Ping?
it means like
has
your little logo in the bottom corner.
Not trait specific, identity specific.
Yeah, so there's some heroes that have a lot of events in their kit, and that would be reasonable. 1-for-1.
Stop.
Last
Following the rules here.
interesting. Yeah, stop indeed. Wow, this is that's a they're including these modular
This is
sets.
modular set, yeah.
I was like, man, that's a lot of neutrals.
Who is this?
What's the name of the set?
Donald Pierce? That doesn't sound very
What's the
scary.
name of the bottom?
Oh, Reavers. The Reavers.
We get one more card in here, and also there's like a really bizarro piece of art on this. It's called MedLab. Look at that thing in the pink.
Little bulbous skeleton.
Yeah, 1-cost support location, max 1 per player. Response after an ally is defeated by consequential damage. Exhaust MedLab, place it here.
No.
Alter ego action, exhaust MedLab, play the ally heroes within your hand, and then just play exhausted. What? That card's silly.
How many times do you think you could get
You can get
Ray Hello the Dill on this one?
a card. I mean, picture, well, it's got to die to consequential, so Nick Fury's not good
Yeah.
because he needs to, like, go
Yeah.
to make it work. But yeah, any, like the one I immediately think of is in the Spider-Woman ally, Captain Marvel,
Yeah.
that can ready.
Does like 20 damage, yeah.
Yeah, or I don't. It's like really powerful, and you just take a turn off, but then you get it back. So
Leadership, man. Leadership.
it's busted,
But it's so good.
So that's the old Rogue pack.
It's so good. Is that all that's left of Rogue there?
Yeah. Did you have a thing?
I
in
did,
yours?
yeah. I just didn't talk about it.
You wanna pass
I
that
like
over?
to keep it secret.
Yeah, that's fine.
I had the Exodus in Gambit pack.
Yeah, I'm gonna stack them.
Yeah,
those
sure.
together.
All right, man. Let's play some cards.